Welcome back to Precious Memory Box's Junk Journaling, and today I want to make a junk journal, small junk journal, with the By Invitation Only kit from By the Well for God. I'm getting a bit of a late start on this because this kit was actually gifted to me by a very special person, and I had not ordered it this month, just trying to keep my budget a little tighter. I've got an upcoming trip in September, so I'm trying to be careful and budget well. And so I hadn't ordered it, but she was so sweet and gracious to send it to me. And so I wanted to share with you, I'm going to make a small paper bag junk journal, and I'm going to use it to work through the kit. Now I've already started reading the devotional, and so today we're just going to work on the junk journal, and then when I get finished, which will probably be a little later than some, I will try to do a flip through for you. But I was just going to give you a quick peek at the kit because you've probably seen many unboxings by this point. But you have your devotional with the 14 different studies in it, and then you have your kit, your little kit that has the paint, the journal cards, which we'll probably use in decorating the journal. You've got this beautiful backer paper that you could use as part of your journal, which I have an idea for that I just may do that. And try to get this out without too much crinkling. You have these beautiful stickers in here that you can decorate with. Sorry, I'm trying not to crinkle. I know that noise bothers some people. And then you have your faux washi, also some words, which I love. You have the alphabet and the beautiful pattern. You have this either side backer you can use. You have these, which is gorgeous. This one is Galatians 3:28, 1 John 2:2. So just little stickers that go along with the monthly kit, and some numbers. So that comes in the kit, and then your journaling cards. And you saw your paint that you can use. Let me slide these in here real quick. And we'll just slide this over to the side because we may be using some of that. This is your your little, usually has some freebies in it. And I think I pulled the little, I got some, what did I do with them? Oh, who knows where I set them. I also got some little tile alpha in that. I had already pulled them out. Oh, there they are. No, that's the other type. There was some little alphabet tiles in here. And then there's a little stamp that looks like a hot wax stamp. Isn't that cute? Oh, there they are. Here's the other pieces that came in there. And then you also got the stickers that look like wax seals, and I love those. So this all came in the little goodie kit. It gives you an intro to the kit you're using and an intro to the next kit, which is Come Away. And that kit will come out at the end of July for August. So let me slide these back in here. So that was part of the kit. And then I also, this is part of the kit, this kit stamp, and it's a beautiful like background stamp that you can use. And then I got the little clippies and the Bible journaling card and this wonderful piece of fabric that you could use for a ruffle. You know, you can make more bow clippies out of it. You can use it in your journal to tie up your journal if you want. And then I got the ephemera that goes along with it, and I'm not going to take them all out, but you can see on the back, this one you get 28 pieces in. It has a lot of beautiful florals and some tickets and envelopes. So beautiful. And that all comes in your kit. And then I got a few additional things. I got some of the cards that you can use. The name of them is escaping me. Oh, flashcards, that's what it is. The flashcards that you can use, and they each have different words and scriptures on them as part of the study. And if you get both kits, you don't have to worry about duplication because There's enough words in the study that there's enough to have 2 different types of flashcards. And then I got the alphabet tiles, and I believe there's 5 sheets of different colors in here that coordinate with the kit. I got a stamp with the stamps on it, postage stamps. These are really pretty. I got the journaling cards, which we'll use those in our kit, and they're beautiful, beautiful cards. You get 12 in a package of those. I got some extra ephemera, all in the lilac shade. Sorry if there's a glare. There's 25 pieces in this one. And then I got some of the mini envelopes. And these turn into little envelopes. And let me see, I think I have one already folded up here. I'll show you. Yeah, I picked out some to work on an entry with. So here is one of the envelopes. I haven't glued it shut yet, but just little mini envelopes that you can decorate up and put in your journal or your Bible. And then I have a scripture card here. And I also received the little strips of fabric. So again, you can use them for ruffles, you can use them for clippies, you can use them as a border on your page, you can use them as a closure, however you want to use them. I also received the little mini index cards. Aren't those cute? And they will fit perfectly in these little envelopes also. So if you want to write something and put in there, you can do that. And then I got the stencil. So a lot of things we can do with the kit. There's so much you can do with just the kit itself. The extras are just fun goodies to get to play with. So let's set this over here and we will get started on our journal. I may possibly have to do 2 videos because I don't want this one to be so long that, you know, it's too long for folks to watch. But I had 2. I had a regular paper sack, and then I had this white little gift sack, and I thought it would be so pretty with this. Even though the kit has some brown tones in it, I'm going to add that in, but I think I'm going to use the white bag. And what I did is I folded this over so that the 2 parts meet each other. And I'm going to keep these on here because I'm going to use them as part of the closure. And I'll show you that when we get to the end. So the first thing I thought we would do is, this is going to be our front, is use a stencil, and probably the stencil from the kit here, and we're going to stencil the front. So let me grab this out here. And this is the, oh, I'm not sure if I know how to say this correctly, heraldic seal. Hopefully I said that correctly. And so we're going to pick out, I think I've got different colors with me. I've got some of the pinks and purples, and I also have some greens to go along, and I think I'm going to use a green. And this stencil will fit perfectly on here. Now I probably should have brought some washi tape with me, which I don't think I have, but let me double check here real quick. I'll just have to try to hold it in place. I was looking in my basket of goodies to see if I had some washi tape, but you may have to, you know, kind of tape this down to keep it from moving on you. And then take your brush, and I'm gonna make sure my brush is clean here real quick. Rub it off on something. Need to bring some napkins over here with me. All right. And we may use a combination of the colors, or we may just use the shabby shutters. I think either one could go with the kit. So let's try it. We'll do the lighter color first and then maybe do the darker color over top of it. So I'm going to try to hold this in place and start up here at the top. If you have a stencil brush, that would work well too. But these little, this is a little makeup brush from Dollar Tree. and they work pretty well. They sometimes a little hairs come out if you're a little rough on them. But I've had the same ones for a few years now, and they've been working well, so. Oops, I just moved it. Let's see if I can line it back up there. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to take just a bit of the darker shade. And just try to lightly go over it. And I've got it a little out of whack there. There we go. We're just going to lightly go over it and maybe catch a few of the spots that the lighter green didn't. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. We're going to lift it off there and see what we've got. Oh, beautiful. I got a little bit of smearing from where I moved it, so I would suggest to tape it down, but I think that's beautiful. All right, I'm going to set my stencil over to the side, and when I get done, I'll go wash that up. And then we have to decide what we want for pages on the inside. And so I have some of my tea stain dyed papers. I've already picked out a few here. And we'll just have to decide what color we need. I also grabbed some tags to maybe use in pockets to journal on. So we'll set this aside for a moment, let it dry. You could also stencil on the back if you would like to. But it's, certainly you can do something else there if you want. And what we need to do now is kind of measure and decide what size pages we need. So I'm just going to measure the inside here, and it is about 3.5 inches. So we're going to cut our pages at 3, and lengthwise it is about 6 3/4. So we will cut at, I like them a little shorter, so we'll do 6 1/4. So we're going to do, look at that again, we're going to do 3 by 6 1/4. And I've got this page here that I made with Lois paper plastic tablecloth. So let's see, I want them in half pieces so they'll stay together. So we're going to cut the outside of them here so we can keep our fold. And so we said it needed to be 6 1/4 inches long. Okay, so 6 1/4. There we go. All right, we'll keep that little piece. Might make a good pocket. And then we needed it to be 3 inches across. All right, and we'll check that out before we cut any more, see if that works. So there we've got this side and this side. And let's check that out. So, you know what I did is I was measuring this portion and not the whole journal. So I could make them a little longer, but you know what? I might just go with that. We might decorate here on the side because I'm going to decorate the open, the full open pages. So let me cut a few more here. I also have a paper sack here that I thought we would see what we could do. Okay, so first we'll cut the length at 6 1/4. If you want your pages to be different lengths, you can do that. Just, tear them or just measure them at different lengths. Whatever whatever is your preference. Now I also have brought with me, and I'll cut a couple of them up. I got that one shorter somehow. I don't know what I did, but that's okay. We'll go with it. Sometimes when I talk, I don't measure well. So let's see, how do we want to do this bag? I don't want to lose the opening portion of it. So let's cut it, let's go this way. And we want it to be about 6 1/4. All right, and about 3 inches wide. Let me think, that's not wide enough. Let's try this. That'll work. Because I don't want to lose this part of the pocket. We're going to use that to add some other items to. You've also got this that we could use also and create a pocket out of. So we're going to hold on to that too. And then I've got a couple pieces of paper that I just thought matched the kit. So I'm going to use the gingham side. These are from the Super Simple kit. And we'll just take the branding strip. I guess these branding strips don't fold off, so we'll cut off the branding strip here. And this kit, if you didn't know, was designed by Cara Brandon, and Simple Stories saw her kit and wanted to purchase it from her, and so they purchased her kit. So congratulations to Cara Brandon. All right, so at first we're going to cut at 6 1/4. I see what I did wrong last time. I'm measuring on the wrong side of the 6 there. Not paying attention. Okay. And then we're going to go, let's see how many, let's see, we need this to be 3, we need it to be 6. So that we have full pages. And it looks like I may have cut that a little crooked, so we may need to go back and straighten that up. Let's do that first. There we go, I think I got that closer to being even. And so now we're going to cut this at an even 6. And that's the fun thing about junk journals, is they don't all have to look alike. They can look different. So we've got those that we can put in there. We'll hold on to this one for a minute. And we'll take care of our purple one. See if I can cut the branding strip off and keep it straight this time. That looks a little better. And I'm going to go to 6. It was supposed to be 6 1/4, wasn't it? I'll make it 6 1/4 this way. Okay, and I'm going to go 6 1/4. All right. And let me do this one here, make it 6 1/4. Okay. Let's move this out of our way for now. I've got a lot on the table, so hopefully you guys are able to see. Now we just have to decide how we're going to put these in our book. And I think I may glue this down here. I'm trying to think, or if I want to leave it open as a tuck spot. We'll try that, and then if we don't like it, we'll just glue it down later. So let me make sure my glue is working. Haven't used it for a couple days, so there we go. You may have to set something on here to get this to hold a little bit, because this is a thick paper bag. I'll let that sit there for a moment while we rearrange our pages. So I think I'll put this one paper bag at the back, and we're going to have to glue it closed here where we cut it, because I do want this to be a pocket. So I'm going to glue under the folds to get them to also glue down. There we go. So this will be our back page. And then maybe we'll go with one of our colorful pages. I'm going to go ahead and bend this in half. So we have a center. Okay. And let's see, let's do a piece of our tea stain dyed paper. And then we'll do, let's do a piece of our pink. And let's see, should we do our other bag here? And we've got the bottom there. And then what I might do just for fun is punch a couple slots here on each side. Let's fold it in half first. That might help me center it better. I'm going to fold that in half. This is a glycine bag, so it's not wanting to cut. Let's see. There we go. Might have to just kind of get my little scissors and cut it out of there, but we've got the mark where we want it. All right. Let me grab my scissors. Just trim that out of there where it didn't quite cut. There we go. There's one. There's two. All right, so there's another piece in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this tea stain dyed piece in here. And I'm going to put it this way. All right. And then let's see, we'll do the other purple. And I'm just going to fold it in half here. There we go. And then in between that, I have some of these doilies over here. Let's grab one of them. And I love this color on this doily. Let's see if I have more than one, or I think I might have two of them here. Nope, it's just one. All right, it's a little bit bigger, but we can either let it hang out the top, or when we get done, we can trim it. So I'm going to fold the doily. There we go. And then we have our last pink paper here. All right, so there's our inside. And that will give us more than enough pages for our front. And I think when we get all done, I may trim off the doily, but we'll see. We may like it when we get done. Just line our pages up the way we want them. And then I'm going to grab my kit here and we will do a little stitching. Let's see, do I have it in here? Let me grab it here real quick. All right, here we go. So let me grab out my thread and awl. There's my awl. Here's my thread. And we'll grab a needle. Let's see, do I want a big one or a medium-sized one? Let's do a medium-sized one because there's some of this paper in that paper bag is a little thicker. So we want to make sure that we have a needle that'll go through it. So I'm going to make this about 3 times the size of the journal. There we go. All right, we'll thread our needle. Now if you have some clips to kind of hold your book in one place, that's always helpful. All right, so we've got our needle threaded. And I'm going to grab a couple clips here. Make sure all my papers are the way I want them. And I think that doily needs to come down just slightly. And I think the rest of them are good. So I'm going to make sure I have the little bit of distance between the top and the bottom there. And it looks like I may need to just slightly pull some of these down a little bit. I've got them high. Let me unclip that. And this is the trial and error of getting your book together. So that one's good. We'll just reposition these real quick. They don't have to be centered, but if you want them centered, that's fine. And there we go. And then just kind of center them in your book. I'm going to clip them down to hold them in place. And let's see, I'm going to make sure when we fold it over, we're in the crease. I'm just going to eyeball the center and poke my awl through. There we go. I like to make the hole a little bit bigger so I don't have to fight to get it back in there. It's a needle and, thread back in there. And then I'm just kind of eyeballing where I want these. There we go. All right. And I'm going to take my thread. I'm not going to tie a knot in it yet. I'm just going to get it through there. Hi there. I'm back. Sorry. My camera stopped on me. So let me go back. I went ahead and pulled the thread out and I'm going to restring it. I may just cut that whole portion out so you guys don't have to sit here and watch me struggle through all that. But let me go ahead. I'm going to pull this in and then we're going to come through the top. And then I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom. Give yourself a little slack there. Okay, and come out this way. And just pull your extra string out if it's a little too long. And then we're going to go back in through the center. When you go in through the center, try not to split your thread there. Okay. And then we're going to pull it up, pull our needle out. Let me put that away so I don't misplace it. All right, and so both my threads are on the same side of this. That is not going to work. So you want to put one underneath of it. Okay, you want to check your inside and your outside to make sure they look the way you want them to, a little taut but not too tight, and then go ahead and tie your strings. I'm going to double knot them, and I'm going to leave them long for now in case we decide to add some charms later. All right, there we go. We've got that sewn in. The next step is going to be to add some pockets or different waist tucks, tuck spots, those to use to put our tags and journaling cards and our flashcards and different little decorations, ephemera that we want to use on it. So we'll do a little bit of that. I also would like to decorate the front, and I think for that we're going to grab one of these little envelopes. This one I've already got pre-made. We'll see what we think of that. And let me grab out of the kit the ephemera. Let's see, and there's the stamp, but we did a stencil. So here we go. Here's the ephemera. And let's see, is there anything else? We may want to add one of the stickers of the wax seals too, so we'll grab them out just in case. And let's just see what we want to do here. I'm going to go ahead and glue this little envelope together. I'm going to go ahead and put glue on both sides because it is a nice thick paper, like a cardstock paper that these envelopes are made out of. So I might take a little extra glue to glue those down. And I'm going to stick my glue bottle on it for a moment to help hold it. And then we're going to look at some of the pieces here, see if there's a combination we like. And decorate up our front. Let's grab the ticket up in there. I am a purple lover, so I especially love purple and green together. So I love shabby chic, but I also love vintage. I also love soft pastels. So, okay, so we've got the envelopes. We've got some gorgeous flowers here. See if we can find one that we like. I like this one because it does have the title on it of the devotional. We've got a beautiful flower like that. Now that's simple, but I love it. We've also got the ticket we could have poking out. We've got a stamp, and I think we have a cover right there. All right, so let me put these pieces away. Oh, look at this piece. I love that. Okay, let me take this and put them back in the package real quick, and we'll be ready to go to decorate the front. Now we'll make a few pockets to go in it, and then what I will do is once I finish the devotional, I'll come back and do a flip through with you of what I actually did to finish decorating it. But let's go ahead and let's glue down. Oh, I forgot about our envelope. Do we want to use that somehow? Let's see. We've got this envelope. Do we need another? I think we're going to wait on that one. But we've got it glued down and ready to go for the next one. So let's decide again how we want to arrange this one. And I think we're going to have the stamp down there and the ticket up here. I do want to take and maybe put a little vintage photo around the edges. Not too much because they've got that nice white border, which I think goes well with this. But I think if we just put a little bit of ink around the edges, it'll just help it to stand out a little bit better. And it also helps bring in a little bit of the vintage brown that's in the kit. All right. All right, so let's glue down, figure out where we want the floral again. And I would say right about there. There's a little bug flying around. He just wants to be annoying here. Okay, so let's go with this first. Kind of keep my finger there so I know where I want to put that. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue the back of this. As you notice, this journal is a little bit gator mouth because of the thickness of it. So I have an idea of how to close it that might help with that. All right. Do we want that there and there? Kind of glued that down before I got my ticket under there, but or do we want it down here? I almost like it there, but that's covering up the name. We don't want to do that. So let's see. I'll find something else that we can stick right there. Let's go ahead and I'm going to leave that ticket there and just stick some glue on the back of it. I see a few more spots that are coming up. We'll just add a little more glue to help them stay down. Press on our stamp. There's the front of our journal. Now my thought was for the closure, and I'll kind of show you. I'm going to take a strip of the material here. We'll see if this will work. I hadn't tested it out yet, but I want to use the floral because it's beautiful. And I was simply going to use it as a tie. I'm going to take, and the handles, I'm going to crisscross them. So normally it would be this way and this way, and you could still tie it that way. But I think it'd be harder to keep your journal closed. If you go this way where you crisscross it, your journal already has a closing spot. And then we can simply thread our, and remember the side you want up. So I'm trying to think here. If I do it that way, you won't see all the lovely florals. So let's do it underneath. Okay, and we will make sure those are even. There we go. And then depending upon how taut you want your journal to be, you can take and tie a bow there. And so I'm not the best bow tire, but you know, that's what makes a journal yours, is that it's different from everybody else's, and that you know, can do whatever you want with it. See, and actually I thought this would be too long. It's actually a little bit short, isn't it? So let me see if I can make that a little tighter, or instead of trying to tie a bow, if it's a little bit too short, is I may just tie it in a loose knot. Okay, and I'm going to come underneath so I can keep my ribbon showing, my material showing. And I'm just going to, you know, twist it around the way I want it. And there we have a very simple closure. You have room to expand. You can twist your material around to see your knot if you want. There we go. And what I like is that you can expand it. So as my little journal grows here, I will have more room to expand it. All right, I think that's what we're going to do for today. And then when you come back, we will come back and I will have some pockets in there. I'm simply just going to take the cutoffs of the other papers I had. So my different papers here, maybe one of these backers, I'm going to make some pockets out of them, add them to my journal, maybe some side tuck spots. That would be a beautiful one to do with that. And I'll show you the finished journal. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.